Hi, I'm Steve Crawford, lead trainer at Your Spending Coach, and today I'm going to show you really quickly how to produce a balance sheet in Xero. So the first thing you want to make sure that you've got is all of the client's assets are actually loaded in Xero. So go into a chart of accounts, as you can see, settings into chart of accounts, click on their assets and just see what's in there. So at the moment all it's got is the home loan, so the bank accounts. It's got no other assets in there, so we need to add one. So we just go add account. I'm going to add Sally's home, so I can choose my app options. It's a current asset. And then I might want to add her investments. So here I'd add it by tax structure. You don't need to separate the investments out if you don't want to. You could just put them all together. So this would be all personal investments. If she had a trust, it'd be all trust investments. If it was a super fund, it'd be all super investments. And we need to add super. Now super is a non-current asset because you can't draw down on it. And you just enter it as the total balance. You could put comments in there that says, is the balance of all her super funds on a given day. Okay, so now we've got all of our assets. Next, up into reports and jump down into the balance sheet. Pick your starting month. What period you want to compare to, and pick your time frame. So there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can see you've got the bank assets up the top and then the liabilities down the bottom. The historical adjustment, if you click into it, it'll explain it's the difference between all the opening assets and all the opening liabilities. And that's why it's showing up as 342,000, is because we didn't actually have any assets to start with. So if we go into conversion balances, we've now got to add the value of the home. You can see it's not showing, but if you click on show all accounts, it'll pop up, and now you can just search for it. I think we called it family home. There it is. And you just need to make sure you're putting it in the right column. So debit's where you put all the positive balance assets, and credit's all the negatives. So clearly her super and her family home are all in the debit column because they're all positive. So you can see it's saved. Just check down the bottom. There's your adjustments. So total balance, total assets is 908, liabilities 351, and there's your difference there. Now you can go back and do your balance sheet again. So there's your assets in total, liabilities, and so on. Now you'll notice here this historical adjustment, this actually causes problems when you use Xero balance sheet the way that it's created in Xero, which is why we always export it out into Excel and show the clients this way. It's not perfect, but it's still a really quick version of showing a balance sheet compared to showing them one in a financial planning software. So I just enable the editing, fix my windows here, and then what I'm going to do is move my accounts that I know are always liabilities down into the right area. So my home loan's always going to be a negative, so I'm going to cut that. Insert it in between the two liabilities, because that then allows Xero to keep the formula. Because I've moved it from an asset to a liability, that negative gets changed to a positive. Now I've got my bank accounts at the top. There's my total there. My personal investments, my non-current assets down there. So total assets is correct. I simply just delete the historical adjustment. Now we're looking a lot closer to where we started. So remember, there's that 557 figure. That was our starting net asset position. The current year earnings is the savings since the 1st of July. So because we've only got 1 month's worth of data, the client's currently got $1,374 worth of savings. You add that to the 557, and there's your 558,390.73, which is this figure here. If you wanted to, you could pretty it up, convert it to PDF, but we normally just save that and send it to the client as part of their pack or show them in their meeting. And that, in a relatively quick period, is how you produce a balance sheet.